Roads are being done according to the need. So we introduced what we call the low volume seal program, whereby in the rural areas, for example, where the traffic is not as heavy, we introduced the low volume seal program, which serves the county, the rural counties very well, but also is very cost effective.
Usikumbushe mimi maneno ya zamani, ilikuwa mbaya kabisa.
Zamani watu walikuwa hajai kuona kitu kama hii nyeusi. Walipoweka walikuwa nasuka wanasema hii ni nini nyeusi imewekwa kwa njia.
This would have been unimaginable a few years back, thanks to the Kenya Rural Roads Authority for making this possible.
We did recognize that road infrastructure is basically the most important issue, facing the entire country. And so we got into a plan to make sure that no county was going to be left behind. And we gave ourselves a target of 10,000 kilometers to be done within a period of 10 years.
Kenyans urbanize around the principal urban centers, but we also urbanize around our shacks. And therefore, in our social management, it is very clear that we have to pick up the entire country together and therefore provide access to the entire country.
Some critical roads were looked into that required prioritization to be paved. So it was all over the country, and we went into that program of LVSR, that is low volume sealed roads.
And therefore, in 2017, Kenya Rural Roads Authority embarked on the low volume sealed roads 10,000 program.
Rural access roads basically run on light traffic, and they also basically don't require a lot of way leave for the roads. So in our engineering in here, we recognize therefore that we need to design roads that are task specific. We don't have to do roads like we do in Nairobi or the superhighways, and that is how the concept of the low volume seal road came into being.
Ease of transport is a daily necessity for many Kenyans and impacts on their livelihoods greatly.
The travel times between the connection points where these roads were actually targeting has really gone down. We've reduced the travel times. And there's the coming up of the centers along the roads now we've been able to do.
The government wanted to make sure that they're improving roads which are accessing these rural areas where now the producers can reach the market centers and other people.
This was a countrywide project aiming to transform rural areas everywhere.
This road is like a bypass. Actually, it starts all the way from Emali, all the way to Suswa. And anybody driving from Mombasa Road, if you have no business in Nairobi and you're going to Western Kenya, can use all the way from Emali through Maroro, Mashuru, up to Suswa, and you go do your business the other side.
The main function of the Lesamis Nkurunit Road is to provide access to social amenities and hospital for the local community.
The program's intention was to transform the socio-economic aspects of rural residents' lives.
Mimi ni mfanyabiashara ya kuuza cabbage na vitunguu na viazi. Na soko yangu inakuwa ni Malaba hapa. Kule nyuma hapo barabara hiyo ilikuwa inatatiza, mboga inaoza, viazi inaoza. Lakini saa hii tunakuja kwa saa na tunakuja kutumia wateja wetu, tunawapea cabbage kwa wakati ile inatakana.
Ukitoka kwa shamba unavuna manyanya yako, mboga, unaweka kwa gari, transport imekuwa ni rahisi.
Sisi kama vijana wengi tulikuwa idle, na vile hii barabara ilianza tulipata kazi hii miaka 3 ambayo hii barabara ilikuwa inatengenezwa, tumekuwa busy sana hapa na kazi.
Wamama wamefurahia, hata mapunda leo wamepumzika. Tukipata hii pikipiki ama ukipata pickup anakupelekea mahindi mpaka Kilgoris. Kwa hivyo biashara imekuwa kitu ya maana sana.
The standards of living will change, the lands will improve, and of course the general environment, people are going to change their lifestyle.
It has immense, enormous economic potential in terms of facilitating that tourists into Savo East National. So it's a critical tourist circuit.
The project has improved access to health facilities for the community. For market, people can even now go for tourism towards Loyangalani, Ngurunit. And besides that, it has improved security inwards because the response time for security agencies has been reduced.
With over 60% of the program complete, everything is on course to transform rural Kenya.
To date, we are happy to report that we have commitments in excess of 8,000. To be precise, now it's about 8,250. Then we have completed about 4,100, which is approximately 50% of the same. So we are targeting to complete them in the next, the target was by next year 2022.
Invariably, programs of this magnitude come with a set of challenges along their course.
This area is very dry, it's difficult to get the water. Also, it's difficult to get the material for surface at the base.
Being a coastal region, we have a lot of sandy soils. There's a black cotton if you can look around. So sourcing of materials has also been an issue.
Nonetheless, the program forges on, contributing towards the Big Four agenda and our Vision 2030.
Food security is about people producing and reaching the markets through our roads. We are providing, targeted access to be sure there's a clear link in our network between production centers in the markets and good quality roads. Manufacturing again is a trade element, isn't it? Yeah, you import things for value addition, you process them, and then package them, and you have to sell them somewhere or export them somewhere. Road infrastructure is actually supporting that extensively. Now, universal access to health. That is a concept we understand very, very easily. So our infrastructure is not just driving the development of the nation. It's actually the primary spine upon which the Big Four is going to be carried forward.
Given the impact of the LVSR 10,000 program, it is not hard to imagine how much more growth and development can be stimulated in rural areas with more investment in their road infrastructure.
Vile sasa hata uchukuzi, bodaboda imekuwa mingi, magari imekuwa mingi. Kitu kama hiyo sasa ya mtu hajafika hospitali kwa ile saa inafaa, hiyo imekuwa kitu ya sahau kabisa.
Gharama ya biashara sisi huku imeanza kwenda chini. Matatu ingesidi kwenda kushinda kwa KeRRA the whole day. Baada ya kutoka Kapchorop labda kwenda Eldoret ama kutoka Kapchorop kwenda Kitale.
With more to come, Kenya Rural Roads Authority remains committed to see the LVSR 10,000 program to the end and staying true to their mission and vision to leave a lasting impact on rural Kenya for generations to come.